Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. Now, I can't remember, so I'm going to have a little look. Have we? We have not. We're covering a new artist again today. I couldn't quite remember if we'd ever covered Ed Sheeran before, but we haven't. I guess he hasn't really released a huge amount of stuff while we've been doing this channel. And I think the things he has released during that time, I just sort of heard on the radio and stuff, or anywhere, because that's usually what happens with an Ed Sheeran song. But I'm aware that this new song, Azizam, apologies if I'm messing that up, I'm sure I'll figure it out during the song. Haven't heard it, so we're in an enviable position where we have a new Ed Sheeran song that I have not heard yet. So I thought we may as well listen to it because I am a fan of Ed Sheeran's work. Don't judge me, you're gonna judge me. I am one of those people who had Thinking Out Loud as my wedding song, thinking that it was really original. Everybody had it as the wedding song during that year, I'm pretty certain. I did have two wedding songs though, two first dances. So it was only one of them, so I do have another one. I'm not going to tell you what that one is. But Thinking Out Loud was one of them. I also think Ed Sheeran is kind of slept on, not because I think that he's one of those sort of, I don't think he's one of those underrated artists where nobody knows who he is, obviously, because he's huge. But I think people take a look at Ed Sheeran, see the work he's done in the pop scene, and completely discredit all the other stuff he's done. They see him as this sort of, as a weddingy singer. Yes, he does have songs that are good for weddings. He has very soppy love songs, but he also has really good hip-hop inspired songs, and he takes a lot of stuff from loads of different genres and mixes them together. And he's also done some really cool collaborations. The updated version of what was it called, Bad Habits, that he did with Bring Me the Horizon. Loved it. And I know that he's a big fan of all sorts of music. I know he collaborated with The Offspring. He did a live performance with The Offspring because he was really into their music. Just because his music isn't always like that, it doesn't mean that he's a bad singer or anything, or a bad artist. I just think he is just really talented at a lot of stuff, and yeah, I really like what he does usually. I don't like everything he does, but I like, probably a good 3 or 4 songs off most albums I've heard, and I think that's enough for me. If I like 3 or 4 songs per album that an artist does, and they release 10 albums, that's 30-40 songs that I like by them. Can't go wrong with that, in my opinion. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this new track. God, I go off on tangents, don't I? We're going to look at this new track, Azizam. Don't know what it's about, don't know what that word means. But we've got the lyric video, so then I don't have to have the auto captions at the bottom, because the lyric video will tell me. There was a Pink Heart video as well. I don't know if that's the official music video or if that's like a visualizer, but I'm going to look at the lyric video. Hope you don't mind. Oh. It's a bit, bassline's really funky. Ooh.
We can do it our way, and if love's just a game, then come and play.
I think this is the chorus, and I think we've already heard the chorus. How do I talk about this? I like it. I think it's a lot more dancey than I was maybe expecting. You could see, if maybe even if not the original, but definitely some sort of remix of this would do really well in the sort of club scene. I think it's got the right sort of vibes to it for that. I guess it's what does it remind me of out of his back catalogue? I guess it's kind of Shape of You-ish, but without the plinky plonk synth over the top. In terms of the sort of style that he's approaching it with, but it doesn't really sound like any of the sort of songs that I know by him. But at the same time, it sounds entirely Ed Sheeran. It's funny that, isn't it? Dancing lights. Right, I'm sure it said there. I can see Amor Mio. Is Azizam like? Oh yeah, my beloved. I can see it right there in English. I just completely skipped over the English. So is it like a phrase for someone that you are in love with in all these different languages? Oh, we do get a kind of. I think that is a synth. It's not quite as plinky plonky as Shape of You though. Quite a nice synth, actually. Those eyes are really catchy. Really simple, though. I don't care what they say, we can do it our way. And if love's just a game, then come and play. Azizam, meet me on the floor tonight. Show me how to move like the water. Oh, it's just a really dynamic song, isn't it? I still hate that he says dancing though. Yeah, really good. It's a solid, bouncy, funky acoustic pop song. In that it's got, you can hear the acoustic guitars in the background, but it's not a pure acoustic pop song, obviously, because there's loads of synths and a bass, a full-on bass line. But yeah, it's just another good song to add to his list of many good songs. I really enjoyed it. I don't think there's much more to say. I think it's definitely one of my favourite songs that he's done in recent years. Yeah, thank you very much for dropping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.